live and on-demand streaming with access across multiple devices at home or on the go. Check out www.nbcsports.com/skating for more info. U.S. Figure Skating thanks all of its sponsors for their support and would like to recognize their partner-level sponsors: Bridgestone, Consumer Cellular, Folgers, GEICO, Jif, Toyota, Viking, and Wayfair. The new and improved Fan Zone has arrived. Follow Team USA like never before at www.usfigureskatingfanzone.com, featuring live competition streaming, news and feature stories, on-demand video, and exclusive original videos. The Fan Zone is your new go-to hub for all things skating. Check it out today at www.usfigureskatingfanzone.com. Follow your favorite athletes all season long with the NBC Sports Gold Figure Skating Pass. Watch the 2019 GEICO U.S. Figure Skating Championships, junior and senior levels, ISU Synchronized Skating Championships, ISU World Figure Skating Championships, ISU European Figure Skating Championships, and more. Get the subscription for live and on-demand streaming with access across multiple devices at home or on the go. Check out www.nbcsports.com/skating for more info. U.S. Figure Skating thanks all of its sponsors for their support and would like to recognize their partner.
For the fourth consecutive year in the pairs event, we've got a new national championship team. There they are atop the podium, Ashley Kane and Timothy Leduc coming through in dramatic fashion. If you came for the skating and you stayed for the drama, well, you were very happy by the end, as were Ashley and Tim there celebrating that win. What a great pairs free skate we had. We have a lot to break down here. Welcome everyone to Bridgestone Ice Desk. Nick McCarville, myself, alongside Michael Weiss, Emily Samuelson Dunford, and Brooke Castillo. Wow, that was a dramatic pairs finish. Let's go ahead and take a look at the leaderboard where we saw Ashley Kane and Timothy Leduc, seeing the women actually by 10 points. They won that free skate. Going away, they skated with such passion. Denny Frazier winning the silver medal, Stellato Bartholomew bronze, and then we'll talk about some dramatic scenes for Tara Kane and Danny O'Shea. They fall from first place after the short program to fourth place overall. But first, Brooke Castile, just your impressions from what was a free skate really in the pairs event that delivered this afternoon.
It certainly was dramatic. I just have to give props to Tara Kane.
That's all right.
We've been doing
Too
this
many
all
Kanes.
week. Yes, Ashley Kane and Tim Leduc. From the moment they started their season and I saw them in Salt Lake, I had a feeling that they were going to win here, and they stuck to their plan, and they came out and delivered the best performance they've ever had, and it's just such a great feeling to do here at National Championships.
Yeah, there's no place you would rather do that. Actually, let's just go right into our highlights, starting off with Ashley Kane and Timothy Leduc. Here they are. Michael Weiss, you were rinkside, and this was the last skate of the afternoon, and wow.
Well, it's always difficult skating last. You know how the skaters all skated before you, how the other pair teams did, and we watched this team just progress since becoming a team together 3 years ago, and now to watch them just get better and better and better with the pair elements. I mean, they've always been known for their technical elements. The side-by-side triple loop was, the most difficult side-by-side jump done in the pair event. They do these throws well. They've always done those elements well, but they haven't done the little things well, the pair movements, and to watch them improve and to watch them do this in such grand fashion and emotion at the end of the night, it was awesome. It was awesome to watch. And I mean, the reaction here, I mean, coached by her parents.
Yeah, those are her parents.
Darlene,
Peter Kane,
Darlene and Peter Kane. I mean, it's one thing to go through this with a pair team, right? And to be so proud of them winning the national championships. But to know that that's your daughter as well. I mean, double emotion. So much went into this in preparing for it and to watch them win it.
Yeah, and just a few weeks ago, Emily, she had a concussion. It was scary scenes for them at Golden Spin, and just to come back the way that they did. And Ashley even said here in the arena when she did her post-win interview that it had been a really trying few weeks for them.
Oh, I believe it. And that is really hard to recover from. I remember getting a concussion before a World Championships, and it is really, really hard to overcome that and go back to the rink and continue training and then show up at competition and deliver the best you can. And they really did that tonight. I mean, it was a solid performance.
Yeah, and not only is it hard to come back from a concussion anyway, it's an injury, but coming back and being prepared, looking like they didn't miss any training time when they were off the ice for quite a bit, and they've only been on, I think, for a couple weeks. And you couldn't tell that they had any break in their training. That's very impressive.
Well, and the stunning thing is we had them on Ice Desk when they won bronze at Skate America, but Brooke, they've been through so much the last few months, and for them to come through and persevere, it's huge.
Yeah, absolutely. And they, not only was they did side-by-side triple loops, beautifully side-by-side triple subs. Their program is like an ice dance program. It is very difficult. There's hardly any crossovers. It's very intricate, beautiful patterns. And the improvement they've made from a year ago is astonishing.
Yeah, and they actually won that free skate going away. They win the free skate by 8 points. So they come away, Ashley Kane and Timothy LeDuc. They are your GEICO 2019 U.S. Figure Skating Championships pairs team winners. Huge, huge win for them. Let's go ahead into the silver medalists for Haven Denny and Brendan Fraser. Brooke, there's not too much to pick on here. Maybe a little bobble on the side-by-side, but today for Denny and Fraser, silver medal.
I've always been a big fan of this team. Everything they do is really light and beautiful and easy, and I think some people sometimes get caught up. Side-by-side jumps are very important. I'm not going to say that they're not, but some people get too caught up on that and forget about their para elements. Look at this lift. It's just absolutely stunning. Every para element that they do is sensational, and I think one of the best in the world. And I'm really happy to see them be able to put it all together, and I thought this program done by Charlie White, again, shout out to him, stunning, and I think he's done a great job really making them packaged much better than they have been in the past.
Mike, you were sitting with Charlie White during that program, calling it. What did you guys think of it?
He hated the choreography.
I thought you might say that. Yeah, no. Can I get an assist on that, by
the way? You set it up, I hit it. No, he enjoyed the performance, and knowing that the two of them, are back with their original coaches, and John Zimmerman, and Sylvia Fontana, and Jeremy Barrett, also down here helping, because Sylvia and John are over the Europeans. But just to see them now packaged well, skating with more confidence, and performing well here in both programs, not just one, but two solid programs here.
Yeah, and for them to come back after that short program and deliver in the free, it was really impressive.
It was. I really loved their performance, and this is coming as an ice dancer, like you said. I mean, this is just it was a really great performance. Charlie did a great job. I did not know that he choreographed the program. This is news to me.
He's had a really great influence on their skating as well. I talked to him in the summer maybe about working with them, and he told me that they were wonderful to work with and just soaked up everything he had to teach them. Which, you have a choreographer, you're going to learn a program. Yes, they're going to give you steps, but if you learn from them and try to make your skating better because you get to work with them, then it really makes a big difference.
Yeah, certainly.
I have to say, too, for them, this is such a small little detail, but her dress came unhooked halfway through that program, and it was really impressive the way that, that's what it takes to be a professional.
Actually, I think it was unhooked before they even started.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I noticed it, and I was like, oh no.
But for her to just ignore it and skate the way that they did was really cool.
Well, there was a lot of drama in the free skate, especially in that last group, but for Stellato and Bartholomew, it was drama of a beautiful kind, because these two are a team that have really worked through some ups and downs this season. And Emily, you were actually telling me you loved this program, this Whitney Houston. Deanna was digging it.
She was, and her passion, she was just getting so into it by the end. That was so much fun to watch. I mean, this entire event was emotional for a variety of reasons, but to see Deanna's passion and just that joy, look at that through this program, in the middle of elements, after elements, it was
I felt like
so neat.
His face at the end, it was kind of like his trophy at the end. He's like, look at what I won.
Totally.
I was sitting in the audience actually watching this event. I wanted to be closer to the ice to see it, and every single person in the audience was obsessed with this program. They loved it. They were really into it, and I think you can't help but get into them, because she just invites you in and is like, watch me share my passion for skating with me, and every second of every program she puts 100% of every bit of energy you can in. And it's just great. And it was like she was skating a singles program, and he's like, no, I'm just going to help you out. I'm going to assist you here, and I'm going to enjoy it with you. It was awesome.
Well, and just her story in general, I mean, skating fans obviously know this very well, but the fact that she left the sport for over 15 years and was working a desk job, I think that's sort of what breeds that sort of drama for her, is that, listen, she actually left and was living a whole different life, and to come back and to medal at nationals, I mean, it's so special.
And I just have to say, they are so in shape. Every program they do, a pair program is so difficult. It's exhausting. There's so many different elements and lifts. And they never look tired, ever. And, you know, you really can tell how hard they work and how much they put into being physically fit.
Yeah, if anything, their energy picked up through that program, which is what you want, especially to national championships.
Especially to Whitney Houston.
Can we do karaoke with them tonight, and can she do some Whitney Houston? Does that work? Should we ask Deanna? Deanna, are you out there? You're watching an ice test right now, right? Well, it wasn't the afternoon that Tara Kane and Danny O'Shea wanted. They were in first place after the short program, and things were actually looking very good through this free skate. But towards the end of this free skate, Brooke, something happened for Tara. I'm not sure if it was an injury or if maybe it was a mental slip, but things came undone, and they really faltered.
Yeah, it's interesting. This is actually the best I think they've ever looked. I was really impressed. I thought, like they did, that maybe, you know, besides this mistake, which is a little uncommon for them, even though they made that mistake, they didn't let it bother them at all throughout the program. It was getting better and better and better, and then at the end, they just had that mistake on the lift, but it's a costly mistake. And it's interesting, when they were going, this was a highlight. I do have to give them props. It's such a great,
and then here's toward the end of the program, you can see her come out of the lift, and then she looks pained here, but it wasn't quite clear what was happening.
I don't know. I think it's emotional pain. I think it's, you know, they maybe thought they had it in the bag, that they maybe, you know, they were skating a great program and they were feeling great, and the energy kept picking up, and then that lift didn't happen, and they're great lifters. He is one of the best lifters here. Unbelievable control. He does spread eagles and pair lifts like an ice dancer does, and it's just such an uncommon mistake for them that I think she was shocked and devastated. And I must say, like, yes, he did make a mistake, but he's human. You know, you can't just blame it on him. It is a lift. There's two people that do it. It's a guy and a girl. We're a team, and, you know, it's unfortunate. I don't want him to beat himself up too much.
Yeah, we did hear from the mix zone that she did not go in to speak with reporters after that fourth place finish. So disappointing for them, especially because we have 3 spots at Four Continents, and it would be tough now to make the argument for them to be on that Four Continents team. We'll find out later this weekend. But yeah, it was just interesting scenes down there, right?
I felt so bad for Danny, because obviously everybody was in shock down there. Their coaches were in shock. We were in shock. I couldn't believe, because it looked like they were going to skate to it, hit to the spinal lift, and they were going to stake their claim as the champions. And then as soon as this finished, and I heard him say at least 3 times, and with utter shock, he just said, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry." And you know, it's the guy's responsibility to get the girl up in the air, and so, but it's a team effort. I mean, yeah, when you do a throw, you're expecting the girl to land. You have to do your part to do this. When you lift her up in the air, it's her job to hold strong position and to get all those things. It's a team effort, and so I just felt like at that moment he felt like it was just him, and it was just heartbreaking for me to watch. And you realize, I saw him backstage, gave him a pat on the back, and I just said to him, I mean, it's tough. Skating's a tough sport, and it's not your fault. Don't take it too hard.
What we didn't see in those highlight clips, Emily, is the fact that, yes, the mistake was made on the lift, but then she completely almost stopped skating. Yeah, and you can't, I mean, I'm not a former skater, but you can't do that.
No, I think it was just utter shock, and so during that whole time where she would have been in the air during this lift, it was just shock and devastation on her face as they made it towards the end of their program, and it was very, very difficult, very hard last couple seconds to watch. But I mean, it's a team event. I'm not a pair skater. I don't know what exactly happened in that lift. I know Brooke can speak more to that, but it takes 2 people, and you never can just blame it on one person, because there will be times where it's one person's mistake or the other, but either way, you are there with your partner as a team, and that's really what it comes down to.
ISU European
and I just, you know, with the loss of points on that lift, I mean, they lost the base value of it, they lost the potential level on it, and they also lost the potential grade of execution on it. But then, as you said, when you stop the program, it not only loses the value of that element, but you're also affecting the components.
Yes, right. And that's the big crescendo at the end of the program to this huge piece of music of Black Swan. And not only did they not do the lift, but
Bridgestone.
The way she reacted was really tough to watch. I will say it wasn't okay. Like, okay, I'm gonna grab your hand. We're gonna skate toward. Yeah, it was like showing this devastation. Yeah, obviously you're devastated, but the program isn't over until it's over. You have to keep your focus all the way to the end. I remember skating clean programs and still being like, okay, we have a lift. Okay, we have a spiral. I remember being terrified on a spiral when I won nationals because we were skating so well, being like, oh God, just keep your composure. It's not over, and you have to, you have to stay focused.
And when the lift, let me ask you, Brooke, too, like when the lift takes up that much time, let's say that was a what? 10, 15-second lift where he's got her up. And it's not, what do you do in that time when the lift doesn't go up? Like, what are you supposed to do?
GEICO US
I know what I mean? Like, they're skating there in shock. Everybody's like, they look like they're stopping, but what do you do? Just be like, jazz hands? I don't know.
I like that plan, jazz hands, by the way.
I think you reassure your partner and you look at each other's eyes and you grab each other's hands. I mean, you saw Alexa and Chris do that, where they kept reassuring each other and just making sure that you're out there together and that they're, it's a tough situation. I can go both ways on it. But I did say, I was sitting with my partner Ben watching, and when they were going to the lift, I was like, ooh, push, come on, push. They did look like they were skating really slow into it. And there are so many times where I've messed up a lift. There's a reason it didn't go up because I made a mistake, or that because our timing's off. It looked maybe like he got caught on her skirt. It can be anything. So, it's a hard, lifts are very, very, very difficult.
And who said that before the free skate? Right here, Brooke Castile.
Okay, you said it was going to come down to the lifts. It wasn't going to come down putting a lift down. That wouldn't actually is.
What are you saying? Give me some credit here. Come on.
No, you were saying it was coming down to the lift as opposed to putting a lift down and coming down.
Dad joke. Got it.
Let's move on from that one. Was
you have to explain it. They're not working.
But that was just the final group of pairs today. Jessica Callalang and Brian Johnson. They end up in 5th place. They skated some beautiful. They had a beautiful moment here in the free skate, and it's just their first season together. So I would expect them to build off of that. And then Audrey Liu and Misha Mitrofanov, the junior team from last year, they really had some beautiful moments here, both in the short program and the free skate. They end up in 6th place. So both those teams, I think, will take, we haven't talked about them in the first part of the show, but they'll take a lot of confidence off of nationals.
Yeah, I think, you want to just say it?
Liu and Mitrofanov.
Yes,
you're going to get it. You're going to get it. Mitrofanov.
Baby driver. I thought that they were great. I'm really impressed by them. They practiced great. They skated a clean short and long, like completely clean. And I really hope that they just keep developing. Don't try to do too much at once. Just like slow and steady. Keep doing what you're doing, because I think that they're definitely our future.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see how things develop. And for Callalang and Johnson, just their first season together. Now we've made it all this way. We have not talked about Alexa and Chris Knierim. It was a really tough day for them at the office. It started off really strong with a nice triple twist, but then things really fell apart from there. And we actually have some vision here. There were some struggles in the lifts, and then later after this free skate, Brooke, we found out that there have been some wrist issues for him.
Yeah, and it's just, I've voiced before, I absolutely love this look on them. I love this program. They have such strong elements. Every single thing they do is strong, and it's just, it was really bizarre to see them mess up on their strength. They're great. Some of the best lifters in the world, not just here. And you can definitely tell that something wrong. People kept looking at me or texting me like, what's going on? Is something wrong? But I will say, they did make those mistakes, but this moment right here, this is what a partnership is all about.
U.S. figure skating thanks
all of its sponsors. They stuck by each other, they kept going, they grabbed each other's hands after any mistake. I mean, that is really what it is about.
And as a pair skater, it's tough to watch for Danny and Tara as well as them. Like, I wanted Danny and Tara to do that lift and have that crescendo and have that moment, and it's heartbreaking to see them not be able to finish the program the way they had envisioned. And
Follow Team
And same with
USA
Alexa
like
and Chris.
never
It's so
before
hard to
at
see lifts have mistakes like that because it's the worst feeling in the world when a lift goes down. And I know it's so hard on the guy. They do feel responsible, even though it is 50-50. They just take pride in lifting, and it's just such a tough thing to have to deal with. And my heart breaks for both teams. Really, it was an interesting event for sure.
Yeah, totally. It was a roller coaster. What was the chatter with you and Charlie during the Knierims?
Follow your favorite
I think
athletes
it was
all
kind of like
season
the
long
writing
with
has
the
kind of
NBC
been on the
Sports
wall
Gold
with him
Figure
having
Skating
multiple
Pass.
coaching changes
Watch
this season.
The 2019 GEICO US
It's
Figure
difficult to
Skating
train. I mean, it's hard enough to train when you know you're going into the same rink with the same coaches in a very consistent environment, and now you have multiple different coaches. They trained over in Germany for a while. They've trained over here for a while. They've trained over there for a while. Now they're with Jenny Mino and Todd Sand out in Southern California. It's a lot to take in, and it's hard to defend your national title in a situation like that. And after the short program, you could kind of see that their confidence was shaken, and that was apparent here in the free skate. But the thing that I enjoyed about that was, as a single skater, you're out there and you're the only one. You make a mistake, it's like, I got nobody here, I'm alone. But here, you finish a very disappointing situation like that in a performance, and you have somebody who you can get a hug from that's not only your partner on the ice, but also your partner in life. I thought that was pretty cool at the end, giving her a kiss and saying, I love you. In a very hard situation like that, you have somebody there for you.
Yeah, and one of the things I look for when I watch pair teams that just makes me feel good about skating and pairs in general is when a partnership, when they just look at each other, and they smile at each other, even if it's mid-program, they just give themselves that reassurance, because it's such an amazing connection to have with a partner. You're out there with them. Your life is, whether you're with your partner,
Sure, romantically or not,
you're building a life together, and you're out doing all of this and relying on each other, and it's so special. And the way they went through that program and treated each other was really, as a pair skater, it was really cool to see. And I choked up when they finished. It was emotional.
Yeah. So that all leads to one spot at the World Championships for the American teams. You would think that it's going to Ashley Kane and Timothy LeDuc. That'll be announced later this weekend. And then I believe we were right in saying 3 spots for 4 continents, which will be a couple weeks' time in Anaheim, and really give the chance for 3 of these teams to show the consistency, because American pairs has been kind of butting up against that glass ceiling, trying to break through internationally. Well, hopefully we'll get to see some of that in Anaheim. Real quick, before we go, you guys, favorite moment from pairs this weekend? For me, just seeing Stellato and Bartholomew. I mean, the passion. I think you're going to agree with me.
Absolutely, yes. Halfway through that program, watching her joy and passion, that was absolutely
And I have to say, he doesn't necessarily show it as well on the ice, but he's so passionate off of it. Maybe it's something he might need to work on with their team back in Florida. But, I interviewed them after their short program, and they're so effusive, and they're passionate about each other and what they're doing, and you feel that energy out on the ice.
I think last year at Nationals, I picked them as my moment for pairs, and I just, every time they're out on the ice, you cannot help but be out there with them, and that's such a great thing. That's part of skating. And but for me, actually, I think Denny and Fraser this week were a huge delight, and I've always really liked their skating, and I'm excited to see that it's going in the direction it is. So I'm excited about that.
Awesome.
Yeah, my favorite was Kane and LeDuc. I think that reaction, when they, even in the anticipation, knowing that, oh my gosh, we skated great, but is it actually going to happen? Are we going to be rewarded by the judges? And as soon as those marks went up, to see that pride in her parents' face, and Tim in just complete disbelief, and then Ashley just screaming and yelling, what a great moment for that team.
Yeah, huge moment. Ashley Kane and Timothy LeDuc are national champions, the 4th pair team to win in the last 4 years, and a really good victory for them. We've got more skating, you guys. Ice dance, the free dance is tonight.
That was enough drama for one day.
Also, Tara Wellman can tell us, our producer, but that may have been the longest ice desk of all time.
Was it really?
But, well, I don't know, but we talked a lot.
I was going to say for pairs, that's pretty impressive, because normally no one has anything to say about pairs.
We had a lot to say.
I know, well, I always do. But
it's good when they give us good stuff to talk about.
There we go. We'll be here all day. Thanks for joining us on Facebook and on YouTube. Tonight, before the free dance, tune in, because we have Emily Samuelson Dunford here with us to break everything down. I think, Mike, we're going to get you back here after the free dance, too.
Possibly.
Late shift,
wear
baby.
many hats.
All right, this has been the Bridgestone Ice Desk. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you guys again soon.
Watch the 2019 GEICO U.S. Figure Skating Championships, junior and senior levels, ISU Synchronized Skating Championships, ISU World Figure Skating Championships, ISU European Figure Skating Championships, and more. Get the subscription for